All right, so we're back with Mike here, and this is the spine palpation. So what we're going to do is, we already know external occipital protuberance. We're going to drop off into the soft spot right there, and we're going to push anteriorly until we feel a little bump. That first bump we feel is cervical 2 spinous process. C1 doesn't have a spinous process, so we can't feel it. So we can just go and just palpate all these spinous processes coming down. Again, pads at the fingertips. Have to use a little bit more pressure though. When you get right around where the collar is, you might feel a very large one. We have them flex, cervically flex, and it comes out and it says good morning to us. That typically is cervical 7, C7. The way to check it though is we have him come back up and he hyperextends. If the palpation goes away and kind of buckles under, that's C7. If you still feel it sticking out, you're on T1. Okay, so that's the way to check. Flex to see it pop out, and then hyperextend to verify that you're on C1 or C7 versus T1. Okay, and then you can just come down and palpate all the spinous processes through the thorax and all the way down here into the lumbar. Remember our levels. Angle of the superior angle of the scapula is T2. Inferior angle is T7. We put our hands right here in the iliac crest. That's L4. All right. Again, for our class, we don't go below the belt line, so stay above the belt line. So we have all the spinous processes here. Don't worry about transverse processes. Don't worry about intervertebral joints for this quiz or this exam. All I want you to be able to do is palpate the spinous processes on the spine. In terms of muscles, while we're here on the back, we have the erector spinae, which runs from the occiput all the way down the side, all the way down into the thoracolumbar fascia, which is this nice little triangle in the back here. So, thoracolumbar fascia or aponeurosis, erector spinae, all the way up. Now, I'm going to move this just so you can see it a little better. Running right here from the pelvis up to the ribs, lateral to the erector spinae is a little muscle. That's quadratus lumborum. So you got origin, belly insertion, quadratus lumborum, erector spinae, thoracolumbar aponeurosis, all that happening in the low back. The only other structures we can really do here is maybe start to show you transverse abdominis. But that's basically everything there is at the back. Oh, sorry, one thing I forgot. Come back up here to the cervical. The ligamentum nuchae. If you palpate the spinous processes, there's a ligament that connects them all. The ligamentum nuchae is just the supraspinous ligament at the cervical level. That's it, nothing too fancy. So that's the back.